In the next few minutes, I want to introduce to you a groundbreaking entrepreneurial strategy that's going to help you create a new venture, a new initiative, or something new that's going to give your life more purpose. It's called Effectuation, and it's the bird in hand principle. And I'm going to do it through the very simple analogy that we're all familiar with, which is cooking. Like many couples, my wife and I are pretty different people. But when it comes to cooking, me and my wife couldn't be more different. My wife likes to follow a recipe. There's some clear goal, clear sets of steps, and you get consistent results. This is what we call a planning approach or a managerial approach. It's a causal approach that we're taught in primary school to seek out in the things that we do. So we have an end goal in mind, we gather up the means, and we go out to try to achieve that goal. Let me give you an example. Ice cream shop. Let's say you wanted to start an ice cream shop. Well, you have your fixed goal in mind. What are the means that you're going to need to achieve that goal? You'll need some cones. You'll need milk and sugar. You'll need to hire staff. You need to get that ice cream machine that makes that soft serve ice cream. You gather those means to achieve that goal. This is the planning approach, and it works really well when things are more predictable, where we have some past data to rely on. But the reality is, the world is pretty ambiguous and uncertain. And so when we want to deal with high levels of uncertainty, we need to tap into something else called effectuation. The good news is, it's something that many of you already do every single day, and it relates back to cooking and the other type of cook in the kitchen, me. The way I cook is not by following a recipe. Instead, I look at what's in the fridge and in the pantry. Let me give you an example. So let's say you look in your pantry and your fridge and you have flour, you have eggs, milk, sugar, and maybe some lemons. Instead of starting out with a prefixed goal, I take those means, those ingredients, and start to think about, well, what could I make? And I start to realize I could make lemonade, I could make pancakes, I could make omelets. These are the ways that you imagine multiple ends by beginning with your means. And this is called effectual logic, and it works really well in more ambiguous and uncertain environments. So now here's how you can put it into action. You can start by seeing what's in your fridge. What are the ingredients that you have? And you use the bird in hand principle to do it. There are 3 questions that you ask yourself. First, what do I know? Who do I know? And who am I? Now let's dive into each one of those specifically. What do I know? These are your skills, your hobbies, your experiences where you can leverage something that you know more than other people to gain control in the ventures that you're creating. Who do I know? It's not about knowing Oprah Winfrey or Bill Gates or someone famous or powerful. It's about leveraging the network that you have. Maybe you come from a family of nurses, or you know a lot of taxi drivers, or you're a gamer and you're part of a gamer community. By leveraging the network that you're part of, you can build something. Those can serve as your ingredients. Finally, it comes to who am I? Now, this is the ultimate question of self-awareness, knowing who you are. Are you more of an extroverted person? Are you a great listener? Are you someone that likes to be in the outdoors? Are you someone that's been shaped by a life experience? By thinking deeply about who you are and the type of person you are, you can also use that as an ingredient to get a leg up in your entrepreneurial endeavors. So now I encourage you to get started now. Start with your ingredients. Look in your fridge, in your pantry. Take inventory on who you are, what you know, and who you know, and take action by using one of those ingredients and taking initiative. I'll give you an example. So many years ago, I started a happy hour nightclub kind of business, and we did it. It was called ThursdayAffair, and it was for international affairs professionals. So people working at the UN or the IMF, World Bank, come together through social events. And the reason I did that was, 1, I was a really social person. 2, I was connected to that community because I had worked at the Federal Reserve. And 3, my friend was a DJ. So I was leveraging my ingredients to create this initiative. It was something that I imagined with my friends that I would never have dreamed up in any sort of planning approach. I didn't plan it, I effectuated it. I'd love to hear the things that you create, the ingredients that you leverage, so please drop those in the comments, the things that you're doing, and subscribe and share this video with at least one other person that you think could benefit by looking in their fridge or in their pantry.